Let's cue it up, and we'll just get as many questions in as we can in a few minutes. Hi.
Hi, Megyn. Thank you so much. My question is actually about the DOJ and Pam Bondi, our current Attorney General. Do you think that she's doing a good job? And also, what do you think the DOJ should be focusing on that they aren't right now?
Thank you for that. I was very harsh on Pam Bondi after the Epstein situation, and I do not think that was handled well. Okay? And I stand by that. It wasn't handled well. Why it wasn't handled well, we still don't know. It certainly seemed to be President Trump's wish that Pam Bondi handle it the way it was handled. So query how much of it you can put on her, but she didn't need to go on Fox News and do all those titillating, wait until you see the files, and then come out with, oh, there's nothing. So that was bad. But I have to say, she's been doing a very good job since then. I mean, she's taken on some really bold things. She's very loyal to the president, but she's pretty fearless. She's been going after these people who are attacking our ICE agents and Homeland Security. She's got her hands full with some of these cases against, it's not her, but it's DOJ, against, say, for example, John Bolton and Letitia James. All of that it takes guts. So I think Pam Bondi actually, I'm more open-minded to her than I was over the summer when the Epstein thing was botched. And I think we should give her some grace, because the more the left hates somebody, the more it's a tell that we should like them, and they really hate her. So, hi.
Megyn, what I'm so proud of our current administration, but what do we all need to do to make sure that they follow through with the prosecution of these crooks that they've currently indicted, and it just doesn't fade away? It happens. We want to see them in jail.
Thank you. Yes, I think they will see it through. I think President Trump is determined. This poor Lindsey Halligan is getting just completely smeared by the media, the new U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. I think she's great. She's very courageous. She's got monster balls. And you need that. If you're going to work for Trump, you're going to start indicting his enemies. And look, let's face it, people are like, I think it's retribution. I think it might be retribution. Of course it's retribution. That's obvious. But unlike what they did to Trump, there actually are grounds to do it. No one promised them a free pass for life. They're the ones who changed the rules. They're the ones who said you can go after your political enemies. We can both play that game. You better be squeaky clean if you're going to make those the new rules, and they're not. So I'm fine with what they're doing, and I love this, Lindsey Halligan. Go ahead.
Hey, Megyn.
Hi.
So as you know, there's a big split on the right now between the pro-Israel crowd, the anti-Israel crowd, and all that. I'm not asking you to pick a side in that discussion, but it goes to the point about just foreign aid in general and who we build allyships with and stuff like that. We've given Joe Biden gave $200 billion to Ukraine since the start of the war, and overall we just send money left, right, and center all throughout the world. And how do we build allyships without being taken advantage of? America's not the world's mommy, and we're having an issue with Canada right now.
I got it. I think it's a great question, first of all, and I think you're putting your finger on the pulse of what a lot of Republicans are feeling, right? What about us? How much? We don't have a bottomless pocket for Ukraine. There are a lot of American cities that are hurting right now, and I think President Trump is feeling that. I think the Republican Party getting loud on it has helped. I know J.D. Vance is hearing us. The big guy has got his own strong feelings on foreign policy, and he's coming to those in good faith. And I think, Trump, he had to learn firsthand on how to deal with Putin, right? He wanted to be friendly with him. He thought he could get it settled quickly. He's realizing that Putin is not an honest actor. Now I think Trump's probably going to ramp up a little support for Ukraine, and we're not going to like it. But I think it's a method to bring it to a close. I don't think Trump has any desire to have a forever war there that we're supporting. And I think on the Israel front, look, they took the lead on virtually everything. The thing about Israel that I think is dividing the Republican Party is that we're so supportive of them, we're getting a little close to the sun, like on the Iran bombing and so on. So some faction of the Republican Party that's just had it with the wars. Obviously we came to that decision honestly over the past 20 years. They're feeling like our friend is getting us a little too close to the fire, but thank God that seems to be coming to a close now. So.
Yeah, and just wanted to follow up on that real quick. I don't know if you followed the thing with Canada the past couple of days, but they were taking out $75 million worth of ads, kind of propagating anti-tariff messaging and stuff like that. And then it kind of ties in with AIPAC as well, two sides of the same coin, where overall how does America avoid, like it's the focal point of the world, how does it avoid being the merry-go-round where people are like playing manipulative games with them?
Well, we don't. We're the world superpower, so they're going to do that to us. They're going to try to manipulate us, but we have a strong leader, so we don't have to worry about it. Right? I mean, like, good luck trying to play hardball with Donald Trump. It doesn't tend to go well. Thank you.
Hello, Megyn.
Hi.
Thank you for being who you are.
Oh.
You're amazing. Thank you for being this woman after 50, like we are, and outspoken and amazing and beautiful. You are an example.
Part of the We Do Not Care Club, right? Princess Melanie?
Yes.
We simply do not care. Go ahead.
So, I'm a legal immigrant, very proud
Right
of being a legal immigrant. My husband and I decided to move to the U.S. After I'm 50, so it's a huge shift. But we praise the United States. We moved here because we thought for our kids it would be the best path. So we gave up an amazing life in Brazil. I have to talk to Glenn about it.
Oh, yeah, you do.
So anyway, we gave up that life to come here and start a new life and a new chapter. So my question is, since everything that is happening, and we are very much siding with the government and everything that is happening to the illegal immigrants, because we understand, first of all, the origin of these people.
What's your question?
I'm sorry about that.
No problem. I'm seeing the line behind you. I just want to make sure we get
sorry
as
about
many
that.
people up as we can.
I'm just worried about our positioning as immigrants here, how Americans are going to look at us, because somehow there might be prejudice.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that at all. I think Americans are the most tolerant, accepting, loving people in the world. Even with the illegals. Even with the illegals, Americans aren't being cruel to them or treating them as, bad people. But it's like, if you're an illegal who's here and you've committed an additional crime, you're out. And there's zero empathy. And if you're an illegal who's here and you haven't committed an additional crime, you're probably also out as like a policy matter. But whether Trump can actually effectuate that in the next 4 years, that's more up to question. But I haven't seen like a hint of American citizens treating immigrants badly. That is just not a U.S. thing. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
Thank you. Where should young conservatives stand on modern-day Israel with, certain sources like Tucker Carlson saying that there could potentially be, bad things going on there, and other conservatives saying that we have the biblical duty to protect them?
Mm-hmm. It's a good question. So I'm going to disappoint you because I don't have the answer to it, but I'll tell you my own approach. I'm very pro-Israel, and I'm a Zionist. I do believe they have the right to exist. I think they're an extraordinary democracy in the middle of a very rough neighborhood, which has got very different values than we do, or the neighbors around Israel, whereas they share a lot of our values. But in the beginning of this conflict, we were told repeatedly, you can criticize the Israeli government, just don't be anti-Semitic. Don't support, harassing college students here in America because they're Jewish. Don't harass kids trying to go across the quad because they have, the yarmulke on. Yes, I agree with all that. But then when this thing went on for 2 years and some of us started to say, like, going on a long time, taken out Hezbollah, you've devastated Hamas, you've taken out the Houthis, you've taken out the Iranian nuclear program, kind of seems like it's time now, it's time. You're an anti-Semite. What? And I think Americans really resented that. And I think there's too many people who are like sort of pro-Israel as like a lobbyist or a spokesperson or very active on X that don't reflect well on regular American pro-Israelites or Jews, what have you. And you always have to remind yourself that sometimes the loudest advocates are really not the best representatives of the actual cause. I think Israel and we are very close friends for very good reasons. They actually don't ask that much of us. They take the lead on most of these conflicts, and we're there in a more of a supportive role, like just in case they need us, as we saw with Iran. And I think they're a super important ally of ours, and I hope people, even if you're feeling angry with where things are with Israel now, don't completely abandon the cause. Yeah.
Hi, Megyn.
Hi.
I respect you tremendously, and I listen to you for cogent and thoughtful arguments. What I'm confused about is why you've begun to resort to personal attacks like calling people fat and ugly. Why resort to ad hominem?
Depends on the person.
Yeah, why resort to ad hominem attacks when you're so pretty? It's like a mean girl. Why are you resorting to that when you have cogent arguments?
Because I want them to come over to the other side. And the number one thing they need to do to get out of their ugliness is drop their Trump derangement syndrome. Their lives will be better and they'll be happier. Sorry, but it's true. I don't think it's any accident that the number of people we see out at the No Kings protest are homely people. I don't think it's any accident. I look out here and I see all beautiful people. I happen to believe that conservatism makes you gorgeous. I don't know what it is. It's like a fountain of youth. It just makes you, I mean, you get asked out more, you start having more action, you get better job opportunities. People are selling conservatism all wrong. Hi.
Okay. Hi, Mrs. Kelly. My question,
Get it.
My question is, what advice would you give to my generation about finding your voice and standing firm in what we believe while growing up in such a divided and hostile world?
Yes, practice. Practice at every opportunity. Never say no to an opportunity to get up in front of people and say how you really feel. Never hide your true viewpoint because you think the professor's not going to like it or a potential employer's not going to like it. You don't have to go into a job interview and start talking about how you feel on abortion. But if this issue comes up at the water cooler, or you're asked by a professor to write a certain thing that you don't agree with, or you're in class and everyone feels a certain way, stand up for what you believe in. Big, courageous decisions don't happen in a vacuum. You make tiny little courageous decisions that make sure when you get to the big moment where you have to make a big one, you've exercised that muscle. But you will not make the big courageous decision if you didn't exercise it. So you have to start in the little moments of your life. Those are all the building blocks to who you're going to be. And when it comes to articulating your ideals, do it as often as humanly possible. Do it looking into your iPhone if you have to, if you don't have an audience. But do it daily if you can. Talk about it with your friends. Talk about it with your teachers. Talk about it with everybody you can where it's an appropriate setting. And don't back down from what you feel, not even one iota, not even if you're wrong. It's great to be wrong. You'll be proven wrong, and then tomorrow you'll be less wrong than you were the day before. So don't be afraid of that, right? Take risks, put yourself out there, and just keep practicing, keep practicing. Hi.
Hi, Megyn. My name is Jacob. This one's going to be a little rough.
Okay.
I have 2 Naval Academy grad children. I have 1 Air Force Academy grad children.
Awesome. Thank you for your family service.
My youngest, she starts pilot school at the end of next month. So
Wow.
We've been very blessed.
Good for her.
Now, on September the 8th, Donald Trump on his Truth Social, he posted a video about how dangerous flu shots are and tetanus shots are. And the ingredient is called thimerosal. It's got lead in it and mercury.
Yeah, thimerosal.
Yes. And RFK Jr., he's also aware of it. And having my children, along with the other 2.1 million people that are serving in our military right now, how is it that they do not have informed consent for vaccinations regarding the flu shot? I wrote my congressman, Tony Gonzalez, here in Texas, okay? Completely ignored. I know you're close with Peter Hegseth. I have the letter in my hand that I gave Tony Gonzalez. Would you please give this to Peter Hegseth?
Absolutely.
Please.
Give it to that good man holding the microphone.
Megyn,
I will make sure he gets it.
We love you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
Love
give
you
you
and-
3 copies.
Okay, good. Right on, because I'm with you on the informed consent. If we've learned nothing from the COVID vaccine, we've learned we need that. Thank you, right on. And good luck to your daughter. Yeah, go ahead. We got time for like maybe 2 more.
Okay. Hi, Megyn.
Hi.
I'm so excited to have you here. I listen to you every morning at 5 a.m. on my way to the gym.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate your perspective, your no BS perspective that you provide. So I'm curious, what's your strategy for maintaining credibility in an era of media mistrust? And how does being named one of Time's 100 most influential people shape your sense of responsibility in that effort?
Oh, well, I guess I'll take them in reverse order. Not at all. And my approach to, the news and facts and my credibility they're everything. I think if there's one thing I'm known for, it's being hyperfactual. I do believe people understand facts are first with me, and then we can talk about my opinions and your opinions and other people's opinions, but I consider it a cardinal sin to get the facts wrong on my newscast. Either my actual show or my morning show now, the AM update. It's a true cardinal sin to get the facts wrong because I respect you too much. And I also think that I was talking about you guys being news consumers and how that does require some sharp elbows. It's not just, you're not just any news consumers, but if I may, you've tuned into this show, which means you don't just want the sweet nothings whispered into your ears. You would go someplace else if that's what you wanted. You must be in the market for true, hard facts and some opinion too. And that's what I feel I owe you. And how do I do it? With a lot of help. It takes a lot of effort in today's day and age to cut through all the BS and all the spin and figure out what is real. Every single story is so hard to figure out what is real. And I know you must feel that as news consumers. I feel it as a news producer and reporter. But it's doable. It's doable. And so, I think in today's day and age, you need to find a provider, a news provider, or two or three, and put your trust in them to go through. You have a busy life. You guys have things that you need to do. You don't need to do news 24/7. We're doing that for you. But make sure you choose well, because if you don't choose well, you walk around thinking Russia, Russia, Russia is real, the Steele dossier is absolutely horrible, and that no one's ever renovated the White House before. Right? So be careful. Thank you. Yeah, we'll do one more. Sorry to the people standing in the line. Yeah, love you.
Hi, Megan. My name's
Hi.
Millie, and recently I received an injury from a male competing in my sport. It was a coach at my high school, and I received a minor concussion. I got hit in the head, and I was wondering how I can help keep my voice strong about wanting to protect my rights as a young female athlete.
Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's horrifying. Thank you for standing up and asking the question. So first of all, you have the advantage, and it is a big advantage, of living in Texas. God bless Texas. Look at all these people. They'll all have your back. Like, if this is your community, you're already ahead of the game because they're going to have your back. These guys are not going to tolerate that bullshit. But you have an opportunity to sit in the front row of your life. And in terms you might understand down here, take the bull by the horns. And you handle it. I'll give you this example. So we have 3 kids, as I mentioned, and of course, I could go in and I could fight every battle for them. Doug, my husband, could go in and fight all the battles for them, but it's much more useful if we tell them, good luck with it, And we don't even give them advice. Just like, what do you think? How are you going to do it? Then if they ask us, what would you think about this? Well, we'll give them the advice, but they have to fight the battle because we're not going to be with them forever. Soon they're going to leave the house. They're going to go to college. They need the skills. It's fine to have me as their mom, but I'm not going to go with them to college. I've tried, but they've told me they don't want me. So you should take this opportunity, which is a big challenge, to start developing yourself. It's a gift that you've been given. So how will you handle it? How will you go to your principal and say, here is why I object to this? Will you go to the coach and say, here is why I am not going to play when you are out there anymore? And see it as an opportunity for growth for you, right? Because they don't come along that often. And truly, the difference between somebody who is sort of ordinary and someone who is extraordinary is they've had the gift of something really tough coming their way, and they've handled it. You don't have to handle it perfectly. You don't have to be the picture of grace. You might fall. You might misstep. All that's fine. That's all great ingredients into the cake. But you must handle it. You, no one else.
Buy gold and get free silver. That's right. For every $5,000 purchased from Birch Gold Group this month in advance of Veterans Day, they will send you a free patriotic silver round that commemorates the Gadsden and American flags. Look, gold is up over 40% since the beginning of this year, and Birch Gold can help you own it by converting an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. Plus, they'll send you free silver honoring our veterans on qualifying purchases. And if you are current or former military, Birch Gold has a special offer just for you. They are waiving custodial fees for the first year on investments of any amount. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, consider diversifying your savings into gold. Text MK to the number 989898 for a free info kit and to claim your eligibility for free silver with qualifying purchase before the end of the month. Again, text MK to the number 989898. Message and data rates may apply. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.